to another video, and this time we will play a little bit, and I think that I will not even edit this video. If it's useful, great. If not, then okay, you will know that in the first couple of minutes. So today topic, it's a bit different than what we usually have on this channel. And I want to talk about this. I think this is the only, let's say, normal drawing that I have. So, and documentation is on Serbia because when I send it to someone, I'm in Serbia, so it must be in Serbia. So I have some small workshop, woodworking workshop, uh, that where I go to play as a hobby, and I'm creating. This supposed to be in quotes workbench, so like large working area where I will be able to basically work to create some furniture. And I did use Revit to basically plan the space. So the CNC is still in construction. I have some frame for mainly storage of the walnut and some shelves for the tools. And over here now we will have a lot of storage, and also we are creating some space where I will work. And my requirement, because usually tables, so those, because we will play with plywood and products from like plywood, any other options is too expensive. And again, this is, I'm producing furniture for myself, so I'm not selling, I'm not living from woodworking. So entire basically woodworking shop is a hobby, and I'm creating this from plywood, and it will be steady, it will be solid. But the issue with the plywood is this width. Why? Because those workbench, like you can also see them in the kitchen, like the standard dimension, standard width of those. Let's also find it. It will be better for you to understand visually. Again, it's some Serbian uh, website, but you will understand. So those worktops, or whatever it's the name in English, their standard width is 600 millimeters, and I want to have, I think, 850, because you can imagine that maybe we will have some dining table that we will need to create over here. So I need to have width which is more than 600. And now we have an issue over here how to create this worktop and also those fronts of the drawers. So just a second. Over here you can see those assemblies with some pieces. So we have holders for those drawers. And I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm not architect, I'm not interior designer or anything. So if I said something which is not correct, uh, let me know in the comments what is the mistake and what is the correct name for that. But I'm a mechanical engineer, so probably I will have a lot of errors. So we have those drawers, and I need to purchase front plywood for the front, and I need also to purchase those worktop plywood or whatever it's the name. So issue with uh, issue with those elements. This is standard plywood. So worktops, it's their width, and the standard width is 600 as I mentioned. I need something which is more than 600. There is a 920 dimension. It's very expensive. This is the unit per meter as a length. So if you want to buy 4 meters, and we have over here in this workshop almost 4 meters, so for me to purchase this, it's the fourth time of this price. And again, I have a problem with the width. There is width, which is, let's say, standard 920, but you need to wait 2 weeks for that piece. And like the main issue and the reason for this video is, can we fit the fronts and the worktop into this one piece? Because if you want to buy 920, that worktop with that dimension, you will need to buy entire thing, so entire surface. And then it is a good question, will you have enough? And if you do not have enough surface that you need, so then you will need to buy 2 tables of this worktop. So, and that is not an option. So a lot of waiting time, probably I will not fit everything that I need into the one table, so I'll need to buy 2. With that idea, and with all of that, the price will be beyond what I'm preparing to pay. And you can see over here, everything which you can see over here, it is with the width 600, and then there is a 635, and then with increase of the price, and when we scroll a lot, you will also find 920, and the price is beyond reasonable. So, what is the idea and what the people usually do is to buy raw plywood, like it's to buy raw plywood, which is 18 millimeters. Then you will choose some nice plywood, which is again 18 millimeters. And then basically what you will also, for example, if this is some wood design, you will also took this ABS edge tape, and then they will basically cover both pieces, so nobody will know that you did place 2 plywoods. It will not be visible, and in that way, now you are not longer limited by the width, because standard plywood table it's 2.8 with 207, and raw plywood it's very cheap. Then, for example, probably I will buy something like this to be on the top and to be on the front. And now again, for this design, you must buy entire table. And again, you have the same question, will everything that I need, can be everything that I need placed on one table? If not, then you will need to buy 2 tables with this surface area, which will increase the price and so on and so on. So now we have what we need to do. So for those fronts and for that top, we need to take that area as input. We need to create Dynamo script, and we will take that standard dimension of the table, and we want to see if we can fit everything to the one table. If we can, great. If not, I don't know, then there is some other options where you do not need to buy entire table. This information over here says that you need to buy entire table, but you can see for some other designs you can buy whatever you want with any surface that you need, because they have a lot of offcuts, and then it is irrelevant what surface area you have. Probably this is some design which is purchased a lot, so they have it a lot on the stock. So, okay, if everything that I need does not fit in one table, then I will choose a different approach, find some another design, and then I will just send them what I need. Okay, so let's go. Okay, and this is a bit chaotic project, because usually I will just draw what I need, send to some manufacturers to get pieces, and then I will assemble it. So also over here, we'll just hide everything. This is not standard Revit project, do not work like this. So okay, it took some time for me to get all dimensions, and I did add, maybe it was a clever thing to add into the logic itself some offset, like 3 mm for the blade, but never mind, I did add a couple of millimeters to each dimension to offset them as input. So we did take into account thickness of the blade while cutting the plywood. And now basically, okay, we need to change the scale. That's too small. Okay, so everything that you can see right now, it is created with one click in Dynamo. I will explain how. And okay, this is okay, I think. We have background preview, but never mind. Okay, so it looks like that everything that I need will easily fit to one table, one standard table of the plywood. Somebody will say that you can easily calculate this with just calculating the surface area of each board. That is true. In this case, that would probably be okay. But sometimes when you're talking with a salesman, um, with those companies that sell plywoods, they will tell you that yes, it is not just to calculate the surface area. They cannot place all the boards correctly, and that you will need to buy more plywood you than you actually need. So I wanted to check myself, and also I will send this layout to them when I when I send email asking for an invoice, so all of us we can be on the same page. So this is the end goal, everything that I need. So those three pieces, which will be on the workbench top, and also all those fronts, which also I need. Everything can be placed on one plywood table. But in a form of list, I just did enter all dimensions that I need. So for example, I did measure this piece, so like the width of this element, it's 850 with 1430. So I did add some offset for cutting, and I added that as one dimension, second, third, and so on and so on. And I am entering dimension in a form of sublist. So then in the Python we can talk what is the dimension A, what is the dimension B. It was too long, yeah, one code block to enter all dimensions. So I just added second code block, create a list, then flatten that list to have all dimensions on the level 2. And then I did create some Python which will, you can see in geometric view, it will create the lines for the table. We are using standard dimension of the plywood table, and then it will try with all kinds of different algorithms to lay out those surfaces, to try to optimize them, to try to have as low these free spaces as possible. And I will show you the code. But as output, it will show us the line, it will show us the points, like the middle point of each rectangle. Why is that necessary? Because later we will insert text. This text over here. Now this is just for me to see, and I did include the offset, but when I send real dimensions, I will send dimensions without offset. So because at the end in assembly I need correct dimension. This is just to check that everything can fit. So if you are using this for similar case, it is okay as a first iteration to use the offset, but if you need to send this to some supplier, please make sure that you will use correct dimensions. Okay, points, then we have a string. For each and every rectangle we are following what is the dimension of each rectangle, and then at the end you will see that this text is rotated, this text is not rotated. Basically, we are checking if X dimension is bigger than a Y dimension. If it is, we will rotate. If it's not, we will leave it as is. So as a final output, output 3, we will either have minus 90 or 0. Minus 90 will say that we need to rotate that. 0 will say that the text will be horizontal. Okay, we need to call the output, deliver to the node. We are using ActiveView to create the text, and also over here to create the curves. Alignment is the center. I did use this type because I did have it in the model. You could just type different name and that is it. So basically simple script, very efficient. I did promise that I will show you the Python code. If you want to change, if you want to play, feel free. Basically, like standard dimension of the plywood. If you have different dimension, you will change it. You will also change your input, and then the code will do everything which I just described. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.